Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review House of Abraham. And this is a new horror thriller coming to you from Lisa Belcher, who wrote this film and directed it. And this stars Natasha Hendridge, who plays Dee, a woman who goes looking for an end to her suffering, checks into House of Abraham, home to a mysterious cult that promises a way out. She soon discovers all it is not what it seems. And this film is an interesting premise of this idea that this cult leader agrees to make sure that your suicide is successful and going through with it. And, you know, that might sound controversial because it is, and problematic because it is. And this is an interesting film because Dee, you're not quite sure exactly why she's here. And there's a mystery to that. There's some revelations about her character, this cult leader character. It's a little predictable, but it has some interesting twists along the way. I think this film makes the most of, has its thrilling moments. Nothing particularly too scary, but also there's some dark humor about, especially around this cult leader and this woman who works for him. Their banter back and forth is actually pretty funny. And this film tries to tackle really heavy themes about suicide, and I don't know how well it does at that in terms of adding depth and being respectful of it. Obviously, it really comes down to like, ooh, we're going to try to make sure these people kill themselves. And that's the premise and everything. And like I said, there's more than meets the eye to this whole entire situation. But it just feels like not the most dynamic or in-depth exploration of suicide and stuff like that. So it kind of just feels like it's leveraging something serious for this like horror situation, which doesn't feel the best. Not all the performances are the strongest either, but there's a few, like Lucas Hassel, who plays Abraham, this cult leader, I think has a lot of fun with this role. And Lynn Shay of like Insidious fame plays the woman that works for him, and she has some moments of like lashing out. I think Hendridge is solid. I think there's interesting twists and turns that you can appreciate, but like the tricky thing is a lot of it's like pretty telegraphed, and it's like, you know where this is going. You're not surprised by much of it. This film lacks the like bite to really make this scary, and it lacks the depth to really make this poignant and meaningful. But for a rock solid, like low budget horror thriller with a charismatic cult leader at the center, I think it does just enough to make this pretty entertaining. But those are my thoughts on House of Abraham. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.